Good morning, everyone. This is Wednesday morning. We're a week and a few days into this social distancing, and for some of us, it's this self-isolation. And I'm just wondering how everybody is getting on with all of that. Although it's been a relatively short time, I feel I've been doing it for months already. It feels very surreal, doesn't it? So many things that we all miss. Simple things like being able to go arrange to meet and have a cup of coffee with someone, have lunch, go shopping, not just to shop but to browse, being able to have the freedom to drive to the seaside or drive to a lovely country park for some recreation, coming into this beautiful weather. But we also miss connection. We miss connecting with those who we love and care about. It's that physical distancing that I think we're all finding very difficult. Those of us who have family and children and grandchildren, whilst we can try and keep in touch with them through FaceTime or the telephone, it's not quite the same as being able to sit face to face with them, to be able to share a hug or hold a hand, and just to sit quietly together but know that their physical presence is with us. For the more active of us, those who are into their fitness, there are folk who are missing their time at the gym, their time in the swimming pool, or for you maybe it's just your time for sitting in the jacuzzi at the swimming pool, which would be of more interest to me. I know that Andy's very much missing his park run on a Saturday morning, where he gets the opportunity to run alongside of the friends and the people that he's come to know and share that just that commonality of enjoying running in the outdoors. I have to say that's one thing I'm not missing. I've done that twice, and I can strike that off my list. It's not a big problem for me at the moment. But I have to admit, it not only has it been a long week, I have felt very up and down throughout it all. Particularly as approaching the weekend, I have found it's the lack of routine, all of the things that were familiar to me. My work has changed dramatically. I am no longer able to see my clients face to face, so I'm having to think of other creative ways of meeting with them via internet and telephone, and that really takes me out of my comfort zone. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. But I felt a real sense of not just anxiety, more a sense of sadness over the weekend, and I've been struggling to put my finger on it, because whilst I don't feel physically exhausted at the moment, I feel emotionally exhausted and emotionally drained, and I couldn't even at the weekend put my finger on what that feeling was. And what I've come to see really is that what I and possibly others are experiencing is loss and grief. Loss and grief doesn't only come in the form of bereavement, the loss of someone close to us. Loss and grief can come in other ways. It can come in the loss of a job, the loss of security, the loss of a routine that we're all experiencing, the loss of connection, and for some people maybe that sense of purpose. As we waken each morning, all of the things that were secure and we knew what our plan was for the day, and we were okay with that. So I suppose what I want to say this morning is, if that is what you're experiencing at this moment, that's okay. We need to acknowledge how we are feeling and lower our expectations of ourselves at the moment. This is a new era that we are coming into. We don't have a map for it. We don't have a plan for it. We're very much making it up as we go along. But the more we can recognise why we're feeling the way we do and what we are feeling, and actually giving ourselves permission to feel that way and sit with it, it's actually very empowering, and it's also very freeing, because this feeling is temporary. The situation we find ourselves in at the moment is temporary. But God is constant. So whilst our routines are changing, our ability to meet with those we love is changing. God is still constant. God knows what's on your heart today. He knows those feelings that maybe you can't put into words today. And He's not off on some mountaintop at a distance. He's right there with you in that. He knows the words that you haven't yet even put on your lips. I would encourage you to invite Him into that. Because at the end of the day, when all is stripped away, all the things we use as a crutch, all the things we centre our lives around, when all of that is stripped away, God is all that there is, and He is more than enough. For those of you who have grandchildren, and I miss my grandchildren, I have 6 and I absolutely adore them, and I miss each one of them terribly, but the reality of it is they will continue to grow. They will continue to learn new things as time goes by. My little one, who is just over a year old, will be walking by the time I see her again. Because that is the way it goes. That is the way it works. So while some things have come to a standstill, life will carry on. You know, I was out in the garden this morning and the flowers are defying me. You know, the daffodils are there. New buds are beginning to come up. No matter what I do, or no matter what this coronavirus does, creation will continue. And I think we can take comfort for that. God is so much bigger than anything that we are going through today. Invite Him in. Fear not, for I am with you always. Hold on to that promise. Hold on to that truth. May God bless you this day.